In this tutorial, we're going to look at creating an application that takes in two numbers from the user and performs a simple addition. While it seems simple, there are a lot of complex little elements in here. You may have gone through a design process to get here. This will help you understand how to get input from the user, process the data, and output it again back to the user. So let's get underway. Well, we're starting with the VStack, and as you can see, there is two elements in here, the image and the text. First thing we're going to do is remove those two elements. To get information from a user, we need to declare a text field. So first of all, we're going to click in here and go text field, and then we need to give it some parameters. So we're going to place some brackets inside those brackets, and then we need to store this somewhere. And this is going to be a data type of text, and we're going to store it in a variable called number1. Now you notice that we used the $sign at the start. This will create a binding to the actual variable. So let's go create the variable for this. So we're going to head up and inside strut, and before the var, we're going to declare this number1. To do so, we're going to create a state at state, and it's going to be a private object. It's going to be a variable, and it's going to be number1. It's going to be a data type string, because it's coming from the text box, therefore it's going to be of type text. And first of all, it's going to start by being blank. We're also going to need a number2. So we're just going to copy that, and we're going to paste it straight away. This way we can double it up and make sure you change the variable name to 2. And you'll notice that once we put the number1 in, it removed the error here. Now we can see on our screen, enter the first number. We can type a number in there if we wish, but we need to move on. So I want to add some styling to this. So we're going to add a modifier, and we're going to go text field style, and we're going to give it rounded border text field style. And remember, put the open and close brackets on the end of that. Now we're going to add the keyboard type, and we're going to restrict it to the number pad. This will allow just the number pad with the numbers to come up rather than the full QWERTY keyboard. This will help reduce user error when entering in information. And the last thing we're going to add here is some padding. And once again, it's going to be horizontal padding. We can also add some padding to our VStack as well. We can actually, up the top here, give the vertical stack some spacing. And we're going to give it some spacing of 20. Now we've created the first element here for the first number. We're going to do the exact same thing, but this time for the second number. So I'm going to copy this element and its modifiers, and I'm just going to paste it and just change it to second. And also change it to number2 so it's pointing to the correct variable. So this first element, the text field here, talks to number1, and the second one here talks to number2. So now that it's finished, we've got our input. We need an action or a trigger for this to calculate for us the first number, second number, and then we can display the answer. So to do this, we're going to create a button. So we're going to place a button element on the screen, so button. And the button's going to have an action, because buttons need to do something, and the action is going to be inside these braces. So what we have here is a bracket, which are just the round, the shift 0 and shift 9, and a brace is the curly brackets, and you find them just above your return key using the shift key, and that's an open brace and a close brace. So in here we want to actually collect the information from these two variables here. So the first thing we're going to do is use a let. So let will actually declare a variable, and we're going to call let num1 equal, and we're going to use int. Now this is typecasting number1, and then we're going to put 2 question marks afterwards and a 0. So that 2 question marks makes sure that if there's no data, use 0. Now number1 is coming in as a string, so we need to convert a string to an integer. So this int bracket will convert this into an integer and store that into the new variable called num1. We need to do the same for number2 as well. So we're just going to copy this down, paste it, and change these to num2. Now the reason why we have to convert them to integers is if I have the number 2 as a string and the number 2 as a string, when you add those together, it'll come out as 22. 2 strings sitting next to a character 2. So it's basically 2 characters sitting next to each other. Now with this one here, it converts it into an integer, and we can perform mathematical calculations on integers and therefore add 2 and 2, which will give you 4. We can also declare a result. Now because the result is going to be displayed back on the screen, we need to declare this as a state. So at state, it's going to be a private, it's going to be a variable, it's going to be a result, and it's going to be of type int, because adding 2 numbers together is going to result in an integer. Now notice there's no quotes around this 0. If I place quotes around this 0, it'll actually turn it into a text 0, and you can't perform mathematical calculations on strings. Therefore, integers don't have quotes around them. So now that's set up, let's work out the answer. So I'm going down here, I'm pressing enter, and we're going to go result is going to be equal to number 1 plus number 2. Now once we've added these together and we've got it in result, we need to finish off this string. So we have the open brace, close brace, and then we need an action for the button being pressed. Now to do this, we're going to put a text element on screen, and that text element is going to be calculate. Now we're going to stylize the button by giving it some modifiers. So first of all, we're going to give it some padding. We're going to change the background color. We'll give it the standard color blue. Remember American spelling, C-O-L-O-R. We're going to give it a foreground color, and the color this time will be white. So now we've stylized our button, we can see it here, but when we click on it, nothing happens. So there's no action occurring at the moment, because it is actually calculating out the result and adding the 2 numbers together and storing it into result here. But we actually haven't displayed it back to the user. So let's do that now. Let's go create a text, and what we're going to do is put the result, or let's use answer. And what we're going to do then is use what's called a break command and result. So it allows us to reference the variable that is up here. So it's going, here is some text, also reference this text up here. Now we could at the moment see in the answers it's 0, so let's just check it's working. I'll put 2 and put 3 and calculate, we get 5. Okay, let's add some modifiers to result just to make it look a little bit better. Let's make the font a title. Let's also make the foreground color green. And now we've got an app that's actually working. So 2 plus 1, answer is 3. So there we go. Now we can actually do a more complex output string. So we could actually create more information for the user. So at the moment we're just generating a result. So this is a bit of an extension. If we wanted to in here, we could actually make answer, and it's going to be equal to something. But before we can get too carried away with the answer, we need to go at the top here and create the variable or the state for it. And it's going to be a string, because I want to put 2 plus 2 or whatever numbers they type in and then show that to the user. So I'm going to put answer here, and therefore answer here. And then we're going to use a concatenation. What a concatenation is taking different objects together and putting them together. So this is going to be a concatenated string. What is going to be in my string? Well, first of all, I want the number 1, and then I want to show the plus sign, and then I want to have number 2, so use the break command again and num2, and then I'm going to have the equal sign, and then I'm going to break again and put result. So now all this information here, the number, whatever they entered, and then the plus sign, and then the equal sign, and then the result will be shown. The last thing I need to do is actually output that to the screen. So once again, use a text object. This time it's going to be answer. We can use the same modifiers, we can copy these down, but this time we'll change the color to purple. And let's go try our program. So let's put in 5 and 2, calculate, the answer is 7, and you can see in our concatenated answer we can see 5 plus 2 equals 7. So that's a much better sort of answer, but it's up to you how you want to present your information. So I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, and have a look around my YouTube channel for other useful programming tips.